When the add drop period opens, students can add to and remove themselves from courses for the upcoming quarter. This is a live and dynamic time where you can make changes on your own without any consent needed for most courses. For add drop, when you get to the landing page, you'll need to click on My Classes. This tab will take you to the My Classes landing page and you will see a few different options on the left side. It will default to showing you the courses that you are currently enrolled in. Next to the courses that you are enrolled in, you'll see two different options: Drop, which will drop you from the class completely, and Swap, which allows you to drop the course while simultaneously adding a different course. To drop a course, you just hit the drop button and confirm that you'd like to drop the course. You will see a green banner up top that shows you dropped it, and you no longer have a spot. Warning: before you drop a course, be certain that you do not want that spot because it may be difficult or no longer possible to get back in, especially if it is a high-demand course. Also, be aware: if you hope to change to a different section of the same course, it is preferable to make the change via swap if possible. To add a course, select the Add button. If a course has a discussion section or a lab, it will ask you to select the lab here. Clicking on the info will not do anything. You will need to select the radial button so that the section you want is selected. If the course does not fit in your schedule, you will get an error message at the top of the screen notifying you to find another class time that works with your other courses. It is worth noting that, ordinarily, students may not enroll in courses whose class time overlaps, given the expectation that all students attend courses for which they receive credit. However, in some cases, simultaneous enrollment may be permitted with the permission of both instructors and the approval of the dean of students in the college. This form opens when the add drop period begins. It is also important to remember that this ability for students to freely add or swap ends at 5 p.m. on the Friday of week 1 of the quarter. You retain the ability to drop courses on your own up to the end of week 3, but you lose the ability to quickly add and swap on your own at the end of week 1. This is why it is most ideal to make the big schedule changes by the end of week 1, since all courses require instructor consent to add after week 1 ends. Another way to add a course is by using the swap feature. Swapping allows you to switch out of a current course you have on your schedule and into another course. When you select Swap, you will then select which course you'd like to swap out of. You will confirm and then see the green banner. The swap feature is significant and important because it allows you to hold your seat in your current course while simultaneously trying to swap into a new course. This is especially helpful because it saves your spot in your current course just in case someone grabs the other class at the same time you are trying to claim that seat. When possible, it is recommended to use the swap button. If a course has consent required and the professor has enabled online consent, you will see a request button. If you want a request to be added to the course, select the request button and a window will pop up where you can add a note to the instructor which they will be able to see when they are looking through their consent requests. Hit submit and that will send the consent request to the instructor. To review which course you've requested consent for, go to the My Planned Classes tab on the left-hand side. This will show you what you currently have a request out for. If you no longer are interested in a course, you can withdraw your request here. This is also where you accept the spot if an instructor approves your request. Submitting a consent request does not mean that you are registered for the course. If you receive approval from the instructor to register for the course, you are required to claim your spot to enroll. You will have 24 hours from the time of approval to accept the enrollment invitation. Failure to confirm your course registration before the deadline will result in loss of the seat and require you to resubmit a consent request. You must receive instructor consent to join a course after week 1. Typically, this is done via the request button in My Classes. Some courses do not allow students to join after week 1, so this is why consent is required. This request works much like a wait list, and the requests are logged in order of submission. In most instances, faculty grant admission based on the time stamp of the request, so first come first served. It is not apparent on your end of the platform how many have requested a spot ahead of you. If the request button isn't available but it appears that spots are open, it is likely that there is an internal process that is particular to that course or department, such as visual arts and TAPS courses. Read the description in my classes thoroughly to see if there are any helpful notes, such as the example on screen below. If you are still unsure, reach out to your academic advisor.